Rakanaka irozua
Calvary greetings, friends, in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. My name is Reverend Tendai Munyuki. I am the current SRC President for United Theological College. United Theological College is a Protestant seminary that houses 6 mainstream Protestant churches in Zimbabwe. Under its care, there is the Evangelical Lutheran Church in Zimbabwe, the Methodist Church in Zimbabwe, the United Church of Christ in Zimbabwe, the United Congregational Church of Southern Africa, the United Methodist Church, and also the United Presbyterian of Southern Africa. It is an opportunity that I embrace, and I'm delighted to accept as I give these welcome remarks to you. In response to the Great Commission, go ye therefore and make disciples, we are being positioned to go ye and make disciples. We are following the great shoes of great icons that have left a legacy, not only at United Theological College, but even in the churches, and not only in the churches, but also in the whole country, and not only in the country in general, but in the theological space that have been embraced by the world over. The battle stick is upon us to carry the torch forward. So we are being positioned to be the Abraham Zorio of yesterday, the Canaan banana of yesterday, to mention a few liberated theologies. It is our turn, friends, to stand in the gap. Friends, I am motivated by Lucky Dube's famous conviction when he said that it is not about finding life, but it is about creating an opportunity in which life finds you. Friends, I believe that when the ship is sinking, it is not about sinking with the ship or jumping into the water, but it is about finding possibilities that can stop the ship from sinking, creating that environment that helps you to remain afloat. It is these solutions that the world yearns for. It is these opportunities that a person in the street is yearning for. We are chosen by God to give light to those opportunities and impossibilities we are called to serve. Matthew 5, verse 13 following, avers that we are the salt of the world. We are under the inspiration of the transfugal and transpetal powers, the transfugal force that was left for us by the coming of Jesus Christ. We are supposed, friends, to stand in a gap. In a country where there is a lot of things that are not in its place as per God's design. I am welcoming you in a time where we live in a country where even the ballot box, the ballot papers would come 12 hours after the scheduled start-off time for the election. I am welcoming you, friends, in a country where a few are rich, whilst the majority are languishing in poverty. If you look at the current divorce cases, you would see the connected few that have got mansions, that have got vehicles, that have got farms, whilst the majority cannot afford to buy a 200-meter square stand. I am welcoming you, friends, in a time when drug abuse is very high, in the country. A time where life is no longer sacred, where even ritual murders are even at its peak, where relatives would even kill their own for the sake of looking for riches. I am welcoming you, friends, in a time where the love of men have grown cold. And it is in this time that God have positioned us and have called us to be the ambassadors of Christ. Ambassadors in a system where the public hospitals is now corrupt, where the ordinary people who does not have anything would hope to go and have life. But it is in such institutions where even the doctors asks for bribes, would ask you to go to their private hospitals. People would rather die if they do not have money. And it is in this time where theologians have to speak for the investigations of such issues. We are called to go and stand up in the gap. I would want to remind you that we are temporarily here, but we are being positioned to go back to the world and to be true reflection of what Christ desires from us. We are positioned to be the mouthpiece, the naviu of God. We are ambassadors of Christ. Ambassadors that should not leave the world with the Bible whilst they take their freedom, but ambassadors that leaves the world with the truth. Unlike during the time of colonization, where the majority were given the Bible whilst the land was gone. But we are not to be made docile by the gospel. We need to understand the Bible as a double-edged sword of oppression and repression. Yet we stand for the truth, for the liberating God, a God that liberates his people, even from Israel, even from Egypt. And it is this God that we need to give the world. So welcome, friends, to another theological college, to this last semester, to a place where we are being positioned and given all the necessary ammunition to transform the world. May his will be done upon your life. May God richly bless you. Amen.